What's up everyone, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to be explaining the entire storyline of Fortnite Chapter 5 Season 4 Absolute Doom. But before we kind of explain this season, we kind of need to understand how we got here, so we need to go back a little bit. We went to Chapter 5 Season 1 Underground to kind of explain how we really got to Season 4. So when Season 1 started, we were on the map, Chapter 5 Island, a brand new map. And there was this organisation, the society, that basically putting the strings on this map and basically had wealth and control over the entire island. And there was this one group that was an opposing faction that was trying to basically fight back against the society, known as the Underground, led by Hope, and later Jones joining. Jones joined the Underground because the society kidnapped his friend Peely, and he wanted to save Peely, so he agreed to join Underground. He agreed to join Hope's organisation, the Underground, if she would help him save Peely, if he would in return help her defeat the society, which is led by her sister, Valeria, who Hope was actually a part of the society before, but then she realised its wealth and its corruption, and she defected from it and started her own organisation to try and oppose against it and take it down. And now she was starting the Underground, she was on the Underground team. Right. Later in the season, her and Jones saved Peely and actually started to defeat the society crumbled. But during this season, the leader of the society, Valeria, kidnapped Peely because she wanted information from Jones, and she kept Peely hostage to get information from Jones about the location of Pandora's box. Turns out Jones knew nothing about Pandora's box, so the ransom was useless, and Valeria went off on her own to try and find Pandora's box. She located it and then ditched the society and basically went and opened Pandora's box, released it, and it was opened. And after that, it unleashed all the evils, and she basically just went into hiding. The gods and Zeus were absolutely furious by this when they entered the island, so they wanted to punish all mortals. Although it actually turned out that Zeus had heard a prophecy that he would be defeated by a mortal, so enraged, he basically wanted to wipe out all mortals. And during that, he actually wiped out a lot of the society, and all the remaining bosses went into hiding. We had a whole battle between the Underground and the gods, and later on, like Aphrodite and even like Artemis and some of the gods actually started to join us and all fight back against Zeus. We managed to defeat Zeus by destroying his immortality, and then out of rage, Zeus, before he was banished, he sent lightning strikes, activating Pandora's box and basically summoning a sand desert storm. And this desert storm wasn't just a sandstorm, there was a ship heading right for us in the storm. That takes us to Season 3, where the sandstorm hits the island, making the whole wasteland area, and the ship also collides with the island, unleashing the band of marauders led by the apex predator, Megalodon, who basically wants control over most of the island, and he basically wants to plan to basically destroy it, rip it in half. He goes from island to island, rendering them in two, and basically pillaging and just taking all the loot for themselves. But this time he's actually got something obstacle in his plan. The ship that he uses, the Leviathan, runs out of fuel and needs fuel, and the fuel runs on nitro. He needs nitro to fuel his ship. And lucky for him, Redline Rig is a construction rig area that's basically harvesting his nitro. It's actually led by a machinist, and she's helping out Megalodon to basically construct a whole pipeline to get the nitro refined from Redline Rig, and then set up a pipeline that goes all the way to the Leviathan ship. And we get later in the season, we learn more, the pipeline gets more and more constructed, we learn a little bit more about Megalodon and Hope, basically, and Jones wanting to stop him. But there's actually another villain that's kind of shadowed out a bit. This is known as the Wanderer, a cloaked figure who just wanders and just stalks people around the map, and we had no idea who this person was until the end of Season 3 live event. In this live event, Megalodon's plan was kicked into motion, Redline Rig activated, all the floodlights were turning on, the pipeline was activated, the fuel went all the way from Redline Rig through the pipeline, all the way to the Leviathan ship, started fueling the ship, the fuel gauge started going up, but then all of a sudden something happened, and the fuel was retracted from the ship down to the pipeline. It was blocked in a part of the pipeline, and the pipeline was getting hacked, and it was being hacked by none other than the Wanderer, who had the logo, and it had the hood with the logo, and it revealed that the Wanderer was none other than, yes, your boy predicted it, Dr. Doom. Dr. Victor Von Doom revealed himself as the Wanderer, sabotaging Megalodon's plan, blowing up his entire pipeline by overloading it and jamming part of the pipeline with nitro. The blowing up of the pipeline went all the way back to Redline Rig and caused an entire explosion, revealing Pandora's box. Now, Megalodon and Wanderer were working together all season. The Wanderer assured Megalodon his plan would succeed, but the Wanderer, aka Dr. Doom, was only using Megalodon to get the pipeline filled up with nitro so he could blow the pipeline up to go all the way back to Redline Rig to cause a big enough explosion to reveal Pandora's box. Doom never cared about Megalodon, he played Megalodon like a fool. All Doom cared about was Pandora's box and taking the power of Pandora's box for himself. And that takes us to the present season, Fortnite Chapter 5, Season 4, Absolute Doom. The season basically starts off with, Doom moves in, he takes the power of Pandora's box and uses his power to basically summon his homeworld of Latveria onto the island and recruit, but he needs allies, right? So he recruits allies like Emma Frost and Mysterio to basically set up his massive kingdom. And there's a specific reason actually why he hired Mysterio on his team, but I'll get to that later in the video. But the thing is, even though he's got loads of villains, there are quite a few people standing his way, like Magneto, who has his suspicions about who the Wanderer was, and he set up rift beacons to call in reinforcements like Silver Surfer and Moon Knight and the Fantastic Four. Magneto went to try and stop Doom, but unfortunately he wasn't strong enough, and Doom actually killed Magneto. Same with Moon Knight, Silver Surfer, and the Fantastic Four. They all tried to stop Doom, but Doom unfortunately was just too powerful and he just killed all of them. He has trophies of all of them set up in his lair. Mostly all of them. Reed Richards looks like he could be alive since his body's basically squashed up into like a ball, but it's like you can see it kind of moving and stretching occasionally, so he might actually be alive. But as far as I'm aware, everyone else that he thought was dead. He's even killed powerful beings like Ultron, Thanos, even the freaking Galactus, Devourer of Worlds, offered by Doom. And now Doom has basically just got trophies of everyone set up in his castle of all the people he's defeated. Now, when he summoned his homeworld of Latveria onto the island, a lot of his civilians and people, just random people, just weren't, and basically just citizens of his homeworld, were not very happy about that. They were all protesting, angry at Doom, and Doom knew exactly how to sort this out. He started a new ice cream company called Victor Von Scoots, and basically gave all of his citizens free ice cream, and they all were happy with him. And that was the end of most of the resistance. Magneto was gone, a lot of the heroes were gone, all his citizens were basically in love with him at this point. There was nothing to stop him, except there is. There is still a small resistance built up of Hope, Jones, Shuri, and Peely, with the Wolverine Peely that broke out of the Weapon X bunker last season. And they are basically also working with a few of the X-Men like Cyclops, a few other X-Men, and they are basically planning to stop Doom. At the beginning of the season's storyline quests, Hope and Jones actually find a prototype of Doom's mask.
Well, hey, pal, I've been looking for you. Whoa, what is that?
Looks like it belonged to him. Doom.
A prototype?
An omen. And also probably a prototype.
You should take a closer look at it, Hope.
Why me?
Oh, it's part of the whole subject of a dark prophecy job description. Been there.
Now back to Dr. Doom. Dr. Doom, when he summoned and basically opened Pandora's box and took the power for himself, it basically kind of his armor wasn't appropriate for handling the power. So he's currently off creating new armor that is better appropriate at handling the power of Pandora's box. So he's currently off making new armor, and he wants to make new armor so he can harness power of Pandora's box. And his ultimate goal is to actually make the perfect society, which we actually learn in Zero War when he kills Gunner. He wants to make the perfect society, basically like he has the same vision as Jenna, basically, that we learn in this audio log.
Mother, I am building my new kingdom. This place reeks of failure, of fault, of imperfection. But it will not be this way for long. I will set this place to order. I will make it perfect by gentle guiding hand, or by brutal fist of submission. I thought it would cheer me to gaze upon this crumbling monument. Instead, I feel nothing but vacant hunger. It must be the box. It is exhilarating, but it is also wild, chaotic, uncontrolled. Using the box again, without my armor appropriately upgraded, would be unwise. But I won't have long nears completion, when all is reborn in my perfect image, I will never fail again.
Now, while he's off basically trying to construct and make his perfect society and also trying to make his, at the moment he's off making his new armor, he's basically controlling his army remotely via Doombot technology. He currently has a Doombot that's ruling over Latveria and the castle. If you go to eliminate the boss at Castle Doom, it's actually not Doom himself, it's a Doombot.
Doom's off somewhere building himself some new armor. He's using Doombot technology to control his army remotely. Well, on the bright side, I can stop worrying about how we're gonna defeat Doom for now, and focus on how to get to him first. I have a lot to think about. Let's catch up later.
And he also leaves other of his allies in charge, other POIs, like he leaves Mysterio in charge of Doomstat, and he leaves Emma Frost in charge of the Raft. Now Jones is actually trying to find Doom, basically trying to, take a little bit of the stress off Hope, which we learn in this audio log.
So, find anything interesting in there? Maybe something shipping manifest shaped? If Doom's building new armor, he has to be sending those armor materials to himself. If those shipments have a paper trail, we can use that information to find Doom. And if I find Doom, that's one less thing for Hope to worry about. I've been there. Leading reality's fearless defenders really weighs on a person. She's got a whole army of people on her side. Some of them are even Avengers. She's ready for this. She just needs to go for it. And maybe get some more future-seeing FaceTime with that prophetic water ghost friend of hers. You know, back in my day, we did this kind of thing with nothing but a banana and what I think was maybe an angry snow globe? Things change.
Now in week 3, Jones and Hope are basically, and Shuri are basically trying to use the energetic flow of the rift beacons and with rift recalibrators to they basically want to send Doom through like a controlled rift away from the island. So basically Hope's trying to get parts for the rift beacons to Shuri to basically test the rift feature on the Doombot. They want to test it on the Doombot and see if it actually works, which we learn in this audio log.
Okay, our friend is just finishing up a supply run, but I've patched them in. Run us through the plan?
Shuri thinks she can reverse the energetic flow of the rift beacons with rift recalibrators. That would give us the power to send Doom through a controlled rift and away from the island.
Got it. So we need to get the parts to her, and then engage his Doombot to test the tech.
Sounds good to me. Let's do this.
Now Hope's hoping that she's basically enough. She thinks she's doubting herself and thinking maybe she's not enough, but she's hoping that she's enough and trying as hard as she can to basically stop Doom. So she tries to test the rift, and it doesn't actually go to plan, unfortunately, in this audio log.
You know, Shuri's a super genius in a super suit who traveled all the way across reality to fight Doom. And me? I didn't do any of that. Since the Oracle's prophecy, everyone's been looking to me as their leader. And on the outside, I try my best to play the part. But on the inside, I can't help but wonder if maybe the box picked the wrong girl. I have no powers. I'm no master tactician. I'm just a girl with some spray cans. The one thing I can do is try, as hard as I can, with everything I've got. I hope it's enough. It's time! Initiating rift recalibrators. What's happening? The recalibrators are short-circuiting. But why?
And we also get some dialogue from Doom actually talking to Hope.
I've heard this island's cowards whimper your name in fear. Hope. You may be prophecy, but I am judgment. And when our weapons do finally cross in combat, I expect to find you wanting.
Now we actually know why the rift test actually failed. It was sabotaged by none other than Mysterio and Emma, Doom's allies. So Hope and Jones basically realised that they need to defeat Doom's allies, Emma and Mysterio, before they can actually get to actual Doom and defeat Doom. Now, we actually learn in the leaked new quests for next week, week 4, that Doom hasn't actually achieved true perfection yet. And the reason why he hired Mysterio on his team is because he's trying to use Mysterio to try and create the illusions of perfection, to try and make it basically fake perfection, try and make it look like everything's perfect, when in reality it's actually not. And that's why you see some of his POIs like Doomstat, they all look like perfected and perfection, because Doom's using his illusions to make everything seem as it's perfected, but it's not actually. Until Doom can actually require true perfection, he's having Mysterio use illusions to make everything look perfect until he can actually make everything perfect himself.
This place feels off.
If Doom cannot yet seize true perfection, he will create the illusion of perfection.
I don't know why I keep thinking you're gonna finish up a confusing thought with something less confusing.
Kind of a you problem. Most people pick up on what I'm putting down. But I can clarify that unsettling sensation you feel. It is Mysterio's illusory conjurings.
Well then, I guess we have an illusion to unillusionify.
That is not a word.
I'll make it catch on.
Hope is angry at Mysterio basically for this, for having people living under his thrall and basically having everyone robbed of their feelings and personalhood and everything. And Hope basically is going to make Mysterio pay for this and to try and defeat Mysterio, which we learn in this audio log.
This is wrong. Who knows how long these innocent people had to live under Mysterio's thrall, robbed of their feelings, their free will, their personhood. Mysterio will pay for this.
Hey, there it is. There's that fire. You feel what you feel right now? That burning need to right an injustice? That's why we follow your lead. That's what's gonna take Doom down. I just know it.
Anyone who saw what happened here would feel the same way.
Nuh-uh, you're wrong. That fire inside you is special. You just have to believe that it is.
It doesn't seem like much, Jones.
Believe me, it's everything.
Basically, after that, Hope basically defeats Mysterio, and she wants to report on the rift. She wants to report on the rift calibrators. So once they've done that, they can move on and basically get rid of Emma, get Emma neutralized, and then after that, the allies are gone. So then they'll be ready to rift Doom away when he reappears.
Mysterio's down. Good riddance. Can I get a status report on the new rift recalibrators?
Sure, he's made replacements. Once Emma Frost is neutralized, we will be ready to rift Doom out of here whenever he reappears. You doing okay? You seem better.
Gloomy, scary prophecy aside, today I took a wrong and said it right. That felt good.
Yeah, it did. Look at you, accepting the hero's mantle.
Okay, don't be weird.
Perhaps now that the illusion has been shattered, you'll see the truth.
Oh, is the truth that I have everything I need to defeat Doom?
I sense that perhaps you see the words, but not the intention behind those words.
You could just tell me the intention. In fact, I would love it if you just told me the intention.
You've heard the saying, you can lead a Clombo to clomberries, but you can't make it eat? You are the Clombo. Prophetic enlightenment is the clomberries, and I'm the one holding the big spinning sign that says clomberries this way in conversational Clombish. The clomberries are right in front of you. It is you who must take a bite.
Does the blowhole come into play?
Ugh, don't be gross. It's unbecoming of a hero.
We know that this season will end with Doom and Hope fighting thanks to this loading screen. Basically, and the key thing about this loading screen is it shows Hope using Captain America's shield. And originally the shield was broken, but then it was fixed last minute to be fully working fully together, the shield. And it's weird how Hope is using this shield. I honestly think the victory hidden in defeat that the Oracle prophesized, the victory was Hope winning and beating Doom, but the defeat was the loss of Jones, and Jones will actually die. And the victory hidden in defeat is that it's a victory of Hope winning, but it's hidden in defeat, and the defeat is the loss of Jones. So yeah, that's pretty much what the Season 4 storyline explains. I'll probably do more storyline videos as we are getting more storyline quests in the next 2 weeks, probably leaked. So yeah, please like, share and subscribe, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace.